up, guys? I'm here with my buddy Angelo. We met back, about 12 years ago.
Corrado, you ready for the big performance, bro?
Yep.
Hey?
Yeah.
Excited?
It's a little windy, but
Have a lot of fun, man.
yeah, that's all it is.
Enjoy.
It's Corrado and Franco at the Rexall Center for the opening ceremonies of the Rogers Cup ATP Tour. Just meditating right now before the big game.
Time with the Von Mills, we did that at Float 3.5 was there.
You remember?
It's just so random.
What do you mean? We did it at it was Kappa, the Kappa store.
No, that was another time.
Yeah.
We did it so many times.
We
We just randomly go to
did
places.
you actually go places? Sometimes you went on your own, right?
I always did.
You always did, right?
Yeah, I used to go on my own and just start freestyling. Get a ball, kick the ball around, and just attract crowds.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but the best was at Von Mills. Von Mills wouldn't let anybody do that. No, the guy let me.
We went to speak to the manager.
Yeah, and he's
Remember
like,
in that long
"Buddy,
tunnel?
you can come here whenever you want."
Yeah, he goes, really? Yeah, and it was packed. Remember how many people were around
packed.
you watching you?
Remember that time you did the soccer camp?
Yeah.
I started freestyling, and we got all these people to come join the
Yeah,
camp.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy, wow.
That was like 30 people or something.
Yeah.
Just by freestyling at the mall.
I used to say to him, Corrado, let's go, buddy.
Let's go, let's just go. Yeah.
Used to get a ball, poop, he starts,
Yeah.
crowds coming from everywhere.
Yeah.
We went to so many different fairs. We went to the Woodbridge Fair,
Woodbridge Fair.
Maple Fair, then
But
we had Rogers,
The best one was a Rogers.
the Rogers Center.
I didn't even know Roger Federer was actually there.
I know.
I don't know who he was.
What do you mean? I was watching, they put me in a place and I had
Yeah.
to hide a little
Were you
bit.
with me when I was training and Rafael Nadal was actually like there watching?
I was with you the whole time. But then you kept on going
No,
back.
because I kept on going to train because the guy wanted me to like practice and stuff.
But did you do it? You did it in front of Nadal.
Nadal and Carlos Moyá.
Yeah.
The guy
I
was
remember
filming
that.
me with his phone.
Yeah, that's right. I was with you at that time.
Yeah,
'Cause that was the whole, and they were like, wow, you're incredible.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you started doing it in front of them and they were starting to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a treat, buddy.
Yeah. That's
was
crazy.
incredible.
That's crazy.
And then you started working for me as well at Pure Touch, remember?
Yeah.
We had our first camp.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you went your way, I went my way.
Yeah. Thanks.
And, but everything worked out in the end.
I think now that I'm older, I realized that it wasn't really like what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I just wanted to come back from Italy. Like I would have made it there. I was already,
Of course, yeah.
represented by a good agent down there.
Perfect, yep.
But my mind wasn't there. When I made it, I was like, I don't want to do it. And I didn't know why, what it was. I thought I was homesick. But I think it was because I just wanted to come back and just start my own companies and stuff. Like remember I had an Extreme PETA.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
a promotion
yeah.
company I did, right?
Yep. Do you remember that Kappa deal we got?
Yeah.
For the freestyle?
I forgot about that, yeah.
You forgot about that? For real?
Yeah, you just
We ended up
reminded
going
me.
to the Kappa
I was a
store.
kid.
Yeah. So we're like, Ange, we got to get some sponsorships.
Yeah.
Okay, I know Basil, I know this guy. Good, let's go see him. Then I already went, by the time I went there, I knew them already.
Yeah.
And after all of a sudden they said, okay, we'll sponsor you guys.
Yeah.
You guys, remember we left with so much gear?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Then we had to wear it in all the videos.
We had to wear it in
and
all the
stuff.
videos, yeah.
Yeah, that
But you
was-
also started your own company, clothing line
Yeah,
company, right?
Give,
Yeah.
Give Clothing.
Yeah.
And you were big on that because I'll tell you.
I was.
You were promoting it all over the city.
Everywhere. I think I had when I was
We had
promoting
fashion shows.
Yeah, when I
You
promoted
remember?
at the nightclub.
Yeah.
All my street guys had it. So what team again? What did you play pro here? Did you play for Canada again or no?
Yeah, I played in the Canadian national team.
Yeah.
I was with the Canadian national team since the age of 14. I played all the way through. We qualified. The World Cup qualifiers were in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
So we qualified out of our group out of San Fernando. Then we went to the national, which is Port of Spain.
Yeah.
And the World Cup was held in 1989, the Youth World Cup in Scotland.
Yeah.
We went there, didn't do so well. We only played well against China. We lost 1-0.
Yeah.
Then after that, I kept on training with the national team for 4
What
more
position
years.
did you play again?
I played a striker. I played a striker slash number 8 slash number 9. It was a great experience. I traveled the world with it.
Yeah.
It's pretty much it. I stopped playing semi-pro in Canada at 27. Then I opened up Pure Touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2000.
How's that going?
It's going really well. We started off small, as you all know,
Yeah.
right?
From getting people from the mall, remember?
We used to ask people, man.
That's
we used to
amazing.
just, yeah, promoting
That was
everywhere.
amazing.
Remember that?
That's the
Promotion.
best way to promote.
And it's good, man, because I'm surrounded by good people that
Yeah.
want to be there, teach the kids. You see the development in the kids, and at the end,
Yeah.
we send them. We have 5 players in Europe right now from our academy that play
Nice.
there, that
Nice.
live there. I just don't send anybody.
Of course.
You got to be special here to be
because-
sent there.
Exactly. If you're going over there to play, I remember when I was playing in Italy, I always had to perform better than everybody else.
had to.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah, they thought I was Brazilian. They didn't think I was,
Yeah, well, you
I
look
was from
Brazilian.
Canadian.
With all due
Yeah.
respect, you look a little bit like Coutinho too.
Coutinho?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So having said that, like, when you're there, I tell these guys, I say, guys, if you're not better than what's there,
Yeah.
you're going for a vacation.
Yeah, yeah.
If you are better than what's there, then there's going to be interest.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
if there's interest, they're going to talk to you.
Yeah.
Right? How did you end up going there?
What happened with me was I told my dad I want to go to Italy. I want to play soccer. That was my goal, right? So we had some contacts in Italy, and my uncle happened to know a guy by the name of Gianpaolo Montesano.
Okay.
So this guy told us straight up, picked us up from my uncle's place. He's like, listen, if you're shit, you're going nowhere. I'm going to tell you to go to school, right? Then I tried out. This guy loved me. Behind that guy's back, the actual coach of the team came up to me from Legnano. I forgot AC or FC Legnano, close to Milan. The guy's like, I'm gonna pay for you guys, for your parents to live here if you stay with us.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know how much money I would have made because I didn't really
Yeah.
think of that.
How old were
I was
you
like
at the time?
15, 16 years old.
Nice, very
Yeah. So I was doing tricks. I was kicking the ball through people's legs, passing it to other people, scoring goals left, right, and center. Like the tryout was amazing. So basically, he based it on that, and he's like, he's like, you're good to go. You can play with any team you want. Drove us back, had a chat with my dad while we were in the car. It was just me, my father, and Gianpaolo Montesano. And he's like, listen, he's like, I meet a lot of kids. 1 out of a million kids. Your son is one of those million that I think he's one of the best in Europe. He actually said.
Wow.
Yeah, I had goosebumps. Like I was like shaking. I'm like, this is my dream. Like I felt like it was a dream. And he's like, yeah, you're gonna make it. He's like, wherever team you want to play for. But my recommendation would be for you guys to move here. There's one thing that you have to learn is you have to learn how to run better. He told me straight up, you got to learn how to run better because your running is not the greatest. I think if you train on your running because you're young, go back to Canada, train, and then come back in a couple of years. So then I took his advice. I started training at the track at York University with Val Gross, amazing trainer, by the way, one of the best in the world. His buddies trained Maradona and stuff like that. Had to run whenever he'd come to Toronto. So yeah, like that was my career. And then I went back to Italy. I was training with Messina because I had another connection, and that was actually the military guy that gave me a tryout. And that worked out. They wanted to sign me. I got homesick. I didn't know what was going on. I felt like I was getting sick. Like I got a cough, and because we were beside the water, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I was young and I
Different climate.
different climate. I was alone. I was by myself, and I ended up just going back to my aunt's, taking a bus at like 4 a.m. so none of the coaches would see me. I escaped from the camp. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I took the bus. It was worse than TTC. I was asking people on the road, where do I go? So I didn't regret it.
Are you kidding me? It's all about the experience.
Yeah,
What's the
it was an
regret?
amazing experience. I would have made it, and I know I would have made it.
I became friends with Paul Gascoigne on my venture.
Yeah.
Paul Gascoigne was, he gave me his agent's number. We were talking. He asked us to come out and party.
Yeah.
Like, you meet so many great people.
Yeah, I know. It was a good experience.
You know what I mean? Who are you going to meet over here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
love, like, the people that are here, but it's a different culture there.
It's a completely different culture, and there's a lot of opportunities, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you want to, in sports and.
Oh, yeah. But over there, it's a religion.
Oh yeah.
Over here, at the end of the
Yeah.
day, people play, like,
When I was
because-
training with the camps, the kids would get picked up from
the bus.
from somebody from school.
Yeah.
They'd wash their clothes,
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, yeah.
After school, they'd train.
We used to get
Every day.
when we had training. We used to show up to training, and there was a little basket,
Yeah.
and it had your kid in it.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And then it had I don't know if I could say this, but it had different vials in it
Yeah.
for the athletes,
yeah.
and those things would help you perform.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna say it's anything illegal because
Yeah.
a lot of people did it.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
you
they took a lot of like Well, they have different stuff in Italy. I remember a lot of people would have like Gatorades, but it was like in a powder and it give you a lot of energy. I don't know what it was, but
Yeah. So what it is a lot of first division clubs, they have what's called the lab. They have labs.
yeah.
That not everybody's allowed to access.
Yeah.
And in those labs,
Yeah.
they want to make sure that their athletes are performing at maximum capacity.
But what do you think is the best advice for somebody young from Canada, from Toronto specifically, that wants to go to Europe and play?
What do
That's
I
like
think?
14, 15 years old. Like, what should they do here?
It's very simple. At a young age, okay, let the kid play.
Yeah.
Give them freedom to play. Let them be creative.
Yes.
These coaches that teach systems at a very young age to these kids,
Yeah.
it's not right. Those kids don't want to be overloaded with information. So my philosophy is, you're young, become creative, do what your mind tells you to do. Dribble.
Yes.
Number one thing in the game of soccer, like Pep Guardiola says, I pick players based on can they dribble.
Yeah.
Not can they tackle, not can they shoot, not can they head a ball,
Yeah.
can they dribble.
Yeah.
If you could dribble, you're good enough for Pep.
Exactly.
It's a very simple rule, not because I came
Yeah.
up with it,
Yes.
but he's the legend as
Yes,
a player
yes,
and
yes.
as a coach,
Yes.
and he's the one that's promoting
Yeah.
it. Perfect. I agree with that philosophy.
Yeah. So in Italy, I remember the players and the coaches would tell me, and they would try to demotivate me. They're like, the only thing is that you were never used to the system. You don't know to play at zona. Like, they would say, you pass the
As
ball.
they get older.
Exactly, as you get older. But as a kid, they train these kids to play the system. That's why when I went there, I wasn't trained any system. I didn't know what zona was. I don't know what that.
I understand that.
To me, it was like a different language when this guy was telling me this
But the
stuff,
number
right?
one thing in the game of soccer,
Yeah.
there's 5 things.
Yeah.
First touch,
Yes. Yes.
okay?
Yes.
Your ability
Yes.
to assess
Yes.
game awareness.
Exactly. Yeah.
Number 3,
Yeah.
can you open up a play? Can you hit a proper pass
Yes.
with pace?
Yes.
Number 4,
Yeah.
can you hit a ball?
Yeah.
Number 5, do you have the confidence
Yeah.
to play the game?
Yeah.
Do you want the ball?
Yeah, exactly.
Or do you shy away from the ball?
Yes.
When you have all those elements on your side,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if you make mistakes.
Yeah.
Because mistakes are good, you learn from them. But at the end of the day, the problem over here is the technical component. The reason being is because up until a certain age,
Yes.
if you cannot receive a pass,
Yeah.
how can you possess?
Yes. Yes.